Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach. Reason why there's no such coaching program like my coaching program, because I've designed it myself during the last almost 9 years that I've been a coach. 7 years outside YouTube, almost 2 years on YouTube. And the other very important reason is because nobody spends as much time with and on their clients like I do. 2 to 3 times per week is the frequency with which I rendezvous with all of my clients. All the information from me is below. And you have the choice between a Zoom session or a phone call, and also the choice between a regular package on a monthly basis versus a deluxe one. And the difference simply is the regular package, it's 2 to 3 times per week, depending on the amount of work we have to get done that week, depending on your schedule, etc., depending on your personality and your needs, versus the deluxe package, which is consists of 3 mandatory sessions per week, in between which you have access to me via email, texts, and also if you need to send me an audio message, this is for somebody who requires all this hand holding because they're going through something, they have extra things to work through. So I'm very thorough in my coaching. I recommend 2 to 3 months on average in my coaching in order to cover everything we need to cover. We start with your history. We discuss things that have formed your beliefs. We process your beliefs. We change them, process your emotions. And then and only then do I embark on this journey with you of discussing manifestation, how to change things. Now, depending on the person, and again, I tailor my coaching. The program is the program, but I tailor every time depending on the person's needs. So I may give you things as we work through processing of manifesting things that you want to enjoy immediately, okay? But on the whole, have this expectation that you first have to cover your history and process some things that are left over from your past programming. It's as simple as that. There are emotions associated with it. It's the overall vibe, if you will, that you've got going on, which is why you're not manifesting things that you want to, okay? So again, a reminder to everybody, I no longer record educational audios. I only answer questions from my mailbox from my channel. And for the educational audios, you will need to have a subscription. It's on my website. The link is below. For the monthly audios, you will get in-depth, okay, instructions in those audios, as well as exercises and information from my coaching one-on-one, which I do not cover on my channel, never have, never will. Okay, so this is entry-level coaching. You will need to sign the coaching agreement. Those audios are copyright protected, so obviously not to be distributed, just for you to keep and listen to. And it's a fantastic investment, really underpriced for $450, because you get 15 audios of 30 minutes or more. And again, they go in depth to discuss specific people, specific person, relationships, money, manipulating energy, energy work, magic spells, etc. I'm really proud of this material, and not for nothing, but I had the intention, okay, to make this into a book, but I had a better idea of sharing it in this form and require a subscription because, like I said, this is coaching. All right. So in addition to this, you can book a session with me asking any questions that you have about the audios. Okay. Again, nothing beats the coaching one-on-one, but this Actually, I would book in addition to coaching with me because, like I said, the information there is of another level, and I had the intention for it to be so because I was ready to go to another level to discuss things on a higher plane. Just to give an analogy, the audios on my channel are kind of like a baseline, okay, maybe like a Toyota, if you will, no offense to anybody, and the audios that are recorded for the subscription are more like a Rolls Royce. Okay, there, I said it. And again, there's the video school for those people who want to go through the coaching steps on their own. And this is in video form, again, sent to you directly to your email. If you have any questions, please comment below or send me an email. So today I'm answering a question that, again, came up repeatedly throughout me, in particular, being on YouTube for almost 2 years now. And this is how to start changing things right away. Okay, what to do immediately that would help you shift your energy. Okay, because the energy right now that you have is not the energy with which you're going to change things. And I'm going on the assumption again that things are not what you want them to be right now. Okay, it's a shit show of some kind, or just simply put, you're not getting the results that you want. Okay, in order to start changing things right away, basically put, you have to change. Okay, which is why coaching, again, is the ultimate. Your energy has to start shifting. Therefore, you need to start doing things differently. Okay, and I can get into these, discussions of like, yes, of course, you have to change your thinking, you have to change your beliefs, but what to do right away is you have to create a new something on a daily basis that would demonstrate that you're committed to being a different person. And this could be something very simple, okay? Just one thing that you can start today. All right, I'll give you an example from my personal life that I've given like many times over. Okay, when I didn't have the guts to leave my ex-drug boyfriend many years ago, and again, toxic relationships are really difficult to leave because they're very addictive, because it's not bad all the time, but when it's bad, it's really bad. And I really, had no emotional strength to leave that relationship. But I, at some point, prayed. Okay, it's in my story. It's somewhere on my channel. And I asked for guidance. Okay, how do I get out of this fucking mess? And so the inspiration was to start sewing. Okay, now I knew how to sew. I learned how to sew when I was 5, but never revisited it because whatever. I don't know, left it behind kind of deal. Sometime in high school, I left it behind. When I was like, I don't know, 15, 16, something like that. And all of a sudden, I had this urge, right? So obviously inspired and guided. And once I had that sewing machine and I started sewing, and I was truly like head over heels inspired and in love with everything that, that I was doing around it, like researching patterns, creating my own patterns, fabric shopping, this and that, learning again, the skills, blah, blah, blah. This was like, I cannot describe you the feeling. I was in ecstasy, like complete, utter ecstasy. And this energy started vibrating out of me that sent, that vibrated throughout the universe, my universe now, and created this atmosphere and gave me the energy and the ultimate strength and the inspiration and courage to leave that relationship within like 2 months. I'm not even exaggerating, okay? I got the sewing machine for my birthday. My birthday is in the first week of May. And by July 4th, actually, is the day that I walked out on my unhealthy relationship. Like literally 2 fucking months, all right? So something needs to change. A new habit needs to be created. A new business needs to start, budding. A new habit, like maybe you start, maybe you book a session with me and I inspire you. Maybe you book the audios, but something new has to start happening. A new commitment, okay? Right now, you may not see the big picture, But you have to start going in that direction. Like, I don't know how it's going to happen, but I'm going to start here. Right? When I got the sewing machine, I didn't get the sewing machine with the inspiration of like, yeah, one day, I'm going to like make all these designs and have a fashion company. No, it was just out of inspiration, out of passion, you see. And then it grew into something like, oh my god, look at this, I have all these designs, so well, might as well sell them, might as well make more, and might as well this and that, right? So kind of grew and grew and grew, and it took different shapes, okay, throughout like, whatever, 13, 14 years that I've been doing this now. So in essence, start something new, okay? The other thing that I would say is, and this is, listen, this is how generous I am with everybody on my channel, even though I'm no longer making the in-depth audios that I so recommend to you. It isn't even funny, but I'm giving you literal gold here, okay, that I wish somebody else gave me. So you can imagine what your life will be like in my coaching. Just saying, not for nothing. So whatever you're going through, the second thing that I would say is, do not make it a problem. Like, obviously it is a fucking problem. There's no discussion here. You want to change it. But do not concentrate on it being so much a problem as a temporary thing. Okay? This saying, like, this too shall pass, totally. This too shall be history one day. Okay, so just because you're so, you're in pain, maybe you're crying, you are really wanting the change, and you're really kind of maybe desperate for a change. So understand one thing: as long as you're making it a huge, big fucking problem, it's going to continue being a problem. So somehow, some way, you need to again find things in your everyday life that bring you joy. Again, I'll give you an example from my life. It's not like I'm perfect and I'm constantly, flying high on Aladdin's carpet and this and that. Absolutely fucking not. All right? There are times when I'm aggravated. There are times when I'm angry. There are times when whatever, something's irritating me. The idea is, again, for those, who clearly, either are not paying attention to what the fuck I'm talking about on my channel, or just selective hearing somehow. I never proposed on my channel that I am perfect all the time, and I never instructed anybody to be perfect all the time. In fact, the opposite is true. I celebrate humanity. I celebrate feelings. I celebrate emotions. And in fact, I encourage people to not shy away from fucking emotions, because the majority of population of planet Earth, this is what they're doing exactly, day in and day out, shying away from emotions, from feelings, from allowing themselves to feel and process shit. Do you know how much happier everybody would be if we just accepted our emotions and made it fucking okay? Okay, what I'm saying is do not dwell on it, okay, for a very long time, and know how to come up with a solution, okay, and make certain things be just what they fucking are. In other words, this is a shitty situation, or this is a shitty person. Okay, great, whatever. How do I then come out of this without it affecting me? Okay, and parenthesis here still. Again, don't know if everybody like caught up to my style of coaching, but I explicitly say time and time again on my channel, there are just some breed of people that are fucking abusive. And I, for one, have learned to not bother with people who are abusive. That's my cutoff line. In my world, once you become abusive, I have no interest in changing you, doing anything with you. Okay, that is my preference. This is what I promote. This is what the healthy mindedness for me. Okay, if you don't agree, God bless you. Whatever, do whatever suits you most. But I have no interest in engaging or understanding envious, destructive, okay, self-destructive or abusive people. To me, that is really foreign, especially since the world is so, mostly populated with benevolent people, okay? And 99% of the time, in my coaching in particular, 99.99999% of the time, the people that I encounter are extraordinary, okay? But I advise not to bother with destructive and abusive people. I just think it's a waste of fucking time. You can forgive them, let it go, and not to attract them in your personal life. They still exist though. That's just the reality of things. But to change and to engage on these things where, if you start changing every abusive person you encounter, you know what? You'd be very, very busy and your life would suffer from it because you would have no energy for yourself. That's not the idea. The idea is to notice somebody's destructive, abusive, and this and that, turn the other way. Feel the emotion, process it, focus on the solution. So again, going back to the solution, the way I get into the mood when I'm kind of like feeling some type of way, little things. I mean, I love incense, for example, really love incense. There's this company I buy incense from. It's called Blunt Effects. Oh my fucking God, the best incense I've ever encountered under the sun. I love tea, okay? Like just now, my assistant picked me up a box of Harney and Sons, okay? Makes delicious teas, and this one in particular is called Paris. Mind-blowingly good. Like, oh my God, like I'm in my zone. When I'm smelling the incense, when there are candles that I buy also that are really exceptional, okay, and the teas, and I'm in my zone, and now I'm like in another world, okay? So you can create these situations where just by simply creating these simple little pleasures, or flowers, or again, if you want to take a bubble bath, if you want to listen to a piece of music that really elevates you, like for me, for example, it's Mozart. Every time I listen to classical music in particular, but Mozart specifically, it's like, holy shit, bananas, I'm in heaven, okay? So whatever does it for you, just get into that zone. Smell the incense, take a walk. Like right now it's raining, it's beautiful. Okay, it reminds me every time like rain coming down, like how much abundance there is in the world. Like look how much water is available from heaven and from the skies, etc. Like it just reminds you like, look how beautiful the world. And obviously the solution will present itself. You start thinking of solutions and it's not a big fucking deal. And so shifting your thinking from, all right, I see this shitty situation, but I've got something else in mind. And again, I can't stress this enough, okay? All in your world has a purpose. Okay, all in your world has a purpose. I can't tell you how many fucking times, okay, which is why I don't shy away from emotions. I don't shy away from quote unquote bad people, bad experiences in quotations, because let me tell you how many times, I can't tell you how many times the very thing that I was so upset about, or seemingly was, kind of like not what I wanted, produced enormous dividends in my life. Enormous dividends, which is why I'm not a fucking believer in changing certain things. Okay, certain things, yes, obviously, I teach people how to change their SPs, how to change their money, how to change their confidence. And these things are fundamental. There's no question about it. But other things that are, they're not like, they're temporary, like certain things, like let's just say a business partner who annoys you, or some kind of a client who annoys you, or this, that, and the other. Like that is temporary. You don't need to dedicate your energy to changing that, because chances are, and it's a huge chance, let me tell you, that this person appeared to teach you something, to give you some information, and without this something seemingly shitty, you would not have benefited down the line. This is 100% true. And again, I can give you countless examples from my life, because of something not working out seemingly, or something happening at that time that I wish happened differently, and on and on I go. My human mind was like, I don't care for this right now. What the fuck is this bullshit? But down the line, it was transformative. So get ahead of all this bullshit and decide that everything serves me. And now, listen, yes, of course, I'm a human. I get irritated, but underneath it all, I know, what, this is happening for a reason. Something extraordinary will come out of it, and inevitably does. Inevitably does. So get ahead of it and start thinking of anything that's going on in your life in this manner, and then you will derive the benefit from it. And lastly, all in your world is supported by your decision. So again, I'm speaking directly to things that are directly related to you, like your SP, your money, your career, your job, your body, obviously, etc., etc., your mood, overall kind of like, manifestations in your world. All is supported by your decision. Okay, if you start deciding, for example, that if this is your problem, that the third party is a non-issue and never will be again, and in fact, you're the big dish here, you're the big golden Buddha, and you're the big cheese, or whatever, however you want to say it, you're the main event, okay, and the third party was only there because of your decision that they are important somehow or more important, then that's what you experience because of this. Okay, but if you decide the opposite and that you absolutely are the main event for your SP and the third party has disappeared already and is a non-issue, a non-event, etc., can I tell you the third party will drop off the same day? Like literally. Okay, I mean, people ask me all the time how to lose weight. Just decide it's a non-issue. I'm losing weight. I'm keeping the same fucking diet. I'm not even exercising, but somehow my weight just melts off my body. It's a decision away. Again, listen, here's the requisite. For something to change, you have to be passionate about it. You have to give a shit about it. And it has to do directly to do with the quality of your life. So are there things that you're not going to give a shit about? Of course. So I would honestly, advise you to conserve your energy and efforts towards something that really is meaningful to you. There are things that don't matter to you. And that, again, like, an example being like if you're driving and you're agitated about the fucking drivers driving slow, whatever, that's 5 minutes or whatever that you can, catch yourself. All right, I'm aggravated. And that's the end of it. After that, this is over. And this is how you can train yourself in thinking, this doesn't fucking matter. Ultimately, this does not affect the quality of my life whatsoever. So I might as well completely disregard it and not bother, okay? If you start, casting spells on all the drivers in the world and this and that, you'd be very, very busy, like I said, and you would not have time for your own wishes. And how much easier to direct your own inner world, your own inner circle, your own kind of like universe where, your work is the way you want it to be. Your SP is the way you want them to be. Everything is the way you want them to be. Everybody and everything is the way you want them to be. In your world, and once in a while you experience emotions. That's a healthy outlook, okay? And let it be part of your journey. Again, welcome all information, welcome all experiences. Just understand how to maneuver those experiences into what you want them to be if they're important to you, okay? Again, I believe we pay way too much attention to some bullshit that doesn't really fucking matter. As an example, third parties, how long it takes you to get there and all this fucking jazz and who's manifesting what and blah, 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 blah. And again, the center of my coaching is around who you are becoming, okay? What kind of qualities of manifestations do you have? How good you're becoming at what you do? And how comfortable you are with the process of change. And again, change is a journey, okay? You will encounter things on the way. You will encounter emotions. And I think becoming comfortable with all of this shit, instead of shying away and powdering affirmations all over this bullshit and this and that, is truly what I would inspire and advise you to do, instead of just, being like so obsessed about making everything perfect all the time, which is impossible, and pain, like living in pain of not being able to be perfect. Okay, it's not even required to manifest things the way you want them to be. The things that actually matter to you, can't stress this enough. The only focus really becomes then that your energy overall in your world is of high quality. And that happens when you're involved with situations overall that are passion driven, that you really love and enjoy doing, and that again, you're getting results with your manifestations, the ones that matter to you. But to start somewhere is dedicate time to elevating your energy and elevating the quality of the kind of human being you're becoming. And I believe truly and profoundly that if everybody did just that, we wouldn't have any situations that are, like a copycat, or somebody being envious so much that they're copying, or doing stupid shit like, whatever, trying to steal or trying to do dumb shit like that, okay? That would not be an issue. There would be no situations where people would be envious or not being able to manifest and this and that. I'm giving you gold, like I said in this audio. I hope you really get that. And lastly, I really wanted to thank everybody profoundly who sent me their support messages of support privately to my email and my WhatsApp, supporting me and really commending me for talking about what I've talked about in the last previous audios. I really do appreciate it. I pride myself in being completely honest and transparent, and I'm really happy that it resonates with that many people. But I had no question. I know my loyal followers. I know the kind of people that gravitate towards me, and I sincerely am really, really grateful, and sincerely really just I'm blown away by your support, and I really thank you. Thank you so much. All the information from me is below. If you have any questions, if you want to come into my coaching, you need to book, sign a coaching agreement, and reach out to me. Thank you so much. Until next time.